Welcome to YVU IT Hub, powered by KVRSS Group.
Hey, hi everyone. So in this session, we will have a discussion on how to schedule webinar or how to organize a webinar using Microsoft Teams. So here basically you should remember two things. Microsoft Teams is available for two sectors. One is for the business and another is for the education or academics. So in case of academics, we will have different policies. In case of business accounts or licenses, they will have different policies. So in case of business accounts or business licenses, they will have webinar separate option. In case of academics or education licenses, they don't have separate option. So how can we conduct? How can we get the webinar option to organize webinars using academic license or education licenses in Microsoft Teams? So I'm demonstrating now by using Chrome browser and Teams browser and platform. It is not a desktop application or the mobile application. So what we have to do here is just open any browser, whatever which you are familiar most. You can use any browser and you have to enter teams.microsoft.com in URL section. You just look at here I have entered this one. So after this, what we have to do there is simply after entering this ID or domain here in the URL section, just hit the enter. So in this screen it is asking the username. In my case I'm having the username or the email ID that was with Office 365 academic or education license. After entering the ID in email section, just hit the next. Then you have to enter the password here. I just entered the wrong password. Then hit the sign in. I don't want to save my password here. If you would like to save your password, then you just go with this. If you don't want to save your password, then you have to hit the no. So it is a private window mode, that is incognito mode. So that's why it will take a little bit more time and compared to normal browsing. So now we will schedule a webinar. Just go to the calendar, hit new meeting, add title. I'm just giving the title webinar. So you have to just look at the row of time zone here. See, we are having the time zone and middle response option. Here we are having the require registration by default that was set up as none. So in case of the webinars, if you would like to conduct a webinar in academic licenses, then we have to change this one. Just you have to click this drop down. We are having the three options: none, for people in your organization, for everyone. So for the webinars, definitely there will be people outside of your organization also. So in that case, what you have to do here is just you have to select the for everyone. So if it is a webinar only for your organization, then you can hit this one, that is for people in your organization. Okay, so in my case, most probably webinars will be conducted for everyone, so that's I have chosen for everyone. See, look at the screen. It is showing view registration form. See, before that it is showing the some different title here. Now it is showing new webinar, but before this it is showing new meeting or something, but now it was changed from existing to the new, that is new webinar. So and also it is showing here view registration form. So the great feature we are having in the Teams is you don't want to go with some other like other platforms for the registration like Google Docs or Microsoft Forms or some other platforms. By default, it is providing the option to make your registration form also. See, look at here. Here we are having the view registration form, right? Just what I have to do here is simply you just hit this one, view registration form. It is showing here some details. So based on your requirement, you can set up your own registration form here. See here it is asking upload an image. It is nothing but a header image. However you want, you can able to design this one. This is your wish. So you can keep your own banner relating to the webinar. So this is add title or whatever, you can add your title, etc details here. In my case, I'm entering something like a webinar, and this is when we are going to conducting this one. I'm just changing the date only. Yes, but for tomorrow I'm scheduling here. This is the time zone, and Microsoft Teams meeting, it is completely disabled for you. And if you would like to give any instructions, you can give those instructions here. That is up to you. I'm just entering all the instructions. So you can add the speaker's details here by just hitting plus speaker, add speaker. You can give any speaker details or etc. Just I'm giving speaker 1. So this is the basic mandatory column, that is the first name, last name, email. So if you would like to add more details like their address or whatever, just what you have to do here is we are having the add field. So what we have to do here is just hit the add field again to display address, city, state, industry, job title, organization or custom questions. If you would like to add import or choice, however you want, you can able to create your own like registration form here, very customized registration form. So I'm just choosing only the address here. So here it is asking required. Here we're having the required. This means like it is mandatory, as like how we are having this star mark here. So that is indicating mandatory fields. Definitely whoever they would like to participate for this webinar, they have to fill that option here, that field, while registering for the webinar. So this is the only difference. So in my case, I'm just keeping it is not a mandatory. There is an optional for the participants. If they would like to give the address, they can queue. If they don't want to queue, they don't want to fill that field here. So if we go with the required, then it is changed here. Just look at here, we have again the symbol mandatory here. So the symbol indicating mandatory field. Okay, so I'm just unchecking, so it is not mandate, just for you. So what I have to do here is after entering or after creating or customizing our own form, here we are having the save and copy registration link, right? So what we have to do here is simply you have to hit the save. See it was saved right now, right? So what we have to do here is you just copy this registration link. So before copying, first we need to schedule this webinar. Just go back to your webinar. We need to change this date however you want. Now we have everything. In case of presenters, there will be a speaker. You can enter here. I'm just entering just a student for the demo purpose. I'm going with student demo account here. So simply after filling all the mandatory details, you cannot find this channel here, because in case of webinars, you don't have option to add the channels. Okay, so this is the webinar, so that's why we don't want to add any channel. Externally we will share the URL. They can join by using that URL. So it was scheduled. Now I'm hitting send. So it is getting scheduled, right? For the tomorrow it is getting scheduled. It is getting scheduled now. I just wait for some time. Yes, it was scheduled. So what we have to do here is already we have created a form also. Now we have to test the registration form. So for this, here we are having the copy registration link. I'm just copying this one. Yes, that URL was copied. Just open in another browser. If you open the same form here, by default already I have logged in with as a presenter or organizer. So for the organizers it will not show any registration form. I'm just pasting. I just paste the URL that was copied from the Teams registration form. So I just enter here. See, it is showing this is the view. So I just added address, but that was not mandatory. We are not having any symbol here, right? So all the forms whatever we're having, we are having here. Just we have to share this link, this URL with your like with any other your colleagues or whatever, for the publicity purpose or whatever, for the registrations, so directly they can register by using this URL or this registration form. It was built with your webinar schedule. So it's a great feature. You don't want to use for the other Microsoft Forms or Google Docs, etc., etc. It is inbuilt feature. It's a great feature for conducting webinars. So in case of business licenses, directly they will have an option webinar. In case of academics or education licenses, we don't have that separate option, but indirectly they have provided during scheduling itself. There is a registration, we have to go with that. So this is the way of conducting webinars using Microsoft Teams. I hope you understand better. Still, if you have inquiries, you can reach our support team. They will assist you in this case. Thank you.
Subscribe for more videos.